Don't you love the mornings when you wake up at 5 on a Sunday and you have nothing to do today? Well, I was watching your video and I was really curious about your this topic. That's why I had asked it early in the Leapvlog, and I'm excited that you got to it because, especially with YouTubers who don't really discuss music, I'm always intrigued by what they listen to, if they listen to anything, because sadly, I have met people, not listened, but I've met people who don't listen to music, really, and it's depressing to me. And that's because, that's a majority of what I do on here, is I discuss music, I review music, I do that kind of stuff. So I'm always curious to what people listen to, and you kind of surprised me with your musical taste to an extent. And what's funny is like a lot of the harder stuff, like the MX and Biggie. I was kind of surprised by that. No offense, I don't mean to offend. It's just that kind of surprised me because you don't really seem like the kind of guy who listens to that. But what I say might surprise you. I don't know. I don't really know if you could tell if you've watched my videos or if you've seen me. You might know that I listen to a lot of metal music. I talk about metal a lot. There's metal in the background. You can see Megadeth and Machine Head. You also see Alanis Morissette, but I'll get to that in a little bit. And yes, that is a cassette. I was around for. I still have some cassettes in this house. I have REM. I have a bunch of cassettes in here. That was a lot of my life. Not Megadeth specifically, just metal. What I'm going to do in this video, actually, before I get ahead of myself, is discuss my musical roots, what I listened to then, growing up to now, the changes I've gone through, and I might surprise you a little bit because a lot of my audience already knows where I came from, majority-wise musically. A lot of it, growing up, was metal and hard rock, like Guns N' Roses, and Metallica, and Motley Crue, and all that stuff. Even though, I'm a 90s kid, I did have a lot of 80s music in my life, not just the metal. I did have some of the pop, because my mom has a huge musical palette as well, which I can attribute to my love of a variety of music. She, while she had, a lot of the heavier stuff, the Black albums by Metallica and Master Puppets by Metallica, and Anthrax. Anthrax was a huge thing in my childhood, which I'm happy about because I love Anthrax now, and I think that they're one of those underrated metal bands from that era that are still around. I think they're a phenomenal band, so them. But I also had like the Green Days and the Offsprings growing up. A lot of that snotty pop punk. Because my mom isn't like a lot of the parents of my friends. She was really young when she had me, and she kept me around while I was growing up, and we were really close, and we have a really close bond. So a lot of my base musical love comes from stuff that she likes, like Faith No More even. And then there was a period growing up in the late 90s with where I hit a really big pop phase. I mean, granted, I was like 8. I was like 8 or 9 in like 2000. I'm gonna probably, actually, one second, guys. I didn't find what I was originally looking for, and I'm kind of glad that I didn't. But I did find something that'll help illustrate part of my childhood a little bit better. I found this. Yes, I still have one, and it works. And these. Let's have some fun, shall we? I kind of want to hear this again. How do you load one of these up again? That's how. There's a headphone jack in here, too. I might actually start carrying this around to be weird, just to fuck with people. Alright. Let's start off with, just to be total dork. Let's pop this in there. Rewind it. You're gonna love this. And no wonder these are out of style now. Oh, but rewinding. I don't miss this part. I have the Chipmunks Christmas album. I don't know why anymore, but I do. That was something we played at Christmas time quite a bit. What else? This is a huge part of my childhood, but I don't know if if that's a good thing or a bad thing. This is going to take a while because I have to find one specific track. Listen to that. That's the tape rewinding. I wonder... Oh, tape jam. Or not. It's just done. I have stepped in a time machine. And I have no more cred anymore. That was part of my childhood. Other parts of my childhood that I don't have on cassette, groups like Ace of Base, just the pop songs of that era. And then there was a point in my life, what I was looking for, and I'm glad I don't have anymore, is 2 pop albums that I kept for I don't know what reason, that I had for the longest time of my life. It was No Strings Attached by NSYNC and the one Britney Spears album that had Oops, I Did It Again on there. I had those sitting in my closet with all of these for the longest time, and I never really play with this. This is crazy that I still have this and that it works, and that these tapes still work, because these tapes literally, this tape right here, the Black Album by Metallica, is as old, if not older than me. And it still works. I'm crazy glad that it does, but I mean, I'm surprised. And the more I grew up, the more I had a mix of a variety of music, mostly bands like Metallica, and the ones I mentioned earlier. Pantera was also in that mix. And my mom was kind of restrictive. She let me listen to metal that she knew wasn't going to give me any wrong ideas of what's right in life as like a really young kid. And while I don't believe that completely has an effect on how you turn out as an individual, I see why she did that. There have been like Primus in my life, but they came as a bigger part of my life later on. Same with bands like 9 Inch Nails. And as I got older in high school, which actually wasn't that long ago, it was about 2 years ago, my music taste really exploded in terms of heavier music. I was a teen, I was, angsty, I wanted to get more into what I liked already, so I just spread my wings in terms of that. And now that I'm in college, I've started to listen to more hip-hop. I'm a huge hip-hop junkie now. Like, I still listen to the metal groups, and the pop-punk, and the hardcore punk, and the ska. I really got into ska in high school, and I don't regret that. I love ska. Mighty Boss Stones. Pie Tasters, groups like that. And now, I've kind of gone more into the hip-hop direction. I started to get into hip-hop late in high school, and now I'm really into hip-hop. I love, groups like Wu-Tang Clan, and I love, the popular rappers that are popular, more very, very popular, like Jay-Z, and that's actually about it. A lot of the rap I listen to is older stuff. I mean, the pioneers that are still popular today, like Jay-Z, but, I love Wu-Tang Clan, I love, I listen to more hip-hop than that. What else do I listen to? It's hard to really think of it on the spot. I love Tech Nine, I love Eminem. I'm a huge Eminem fan. I like groups like Tribe Called Quest and Farside. I love rappers like Lupe Fiasco. I'm a huge fan of rap now. That's kind of where I've gone musically. But my roots really lie with, you know, the Metallica soundtrack, or not the Metallica, the Mortal Kombat soundtrack. This right here, this, you can see it's worn to hell, because we used to listen to this all the time when I was a kid. This was my, like, this was my life, this right here. Like, hold on, let's see if this still plays, because I'll be surprised. I've had this thing since I was a kid. Do you still work? It does still work. That warped sound you get from... Oh, I can slow it down. Oh, I stopped it. There you go. Alright, I'm done playing with this on video. Yeah, that was my life musically. I hit some weird bumps. I still listen to groups like Ace of Base. I mean, I love Ace of Base. I love that. It's on my iPod. It's amazing. I have those guilty pleasures that I'm open about. I mean, I love, you know, groups like that. DMX is another rapper I listen to. You said you like DMX. I like that you like DMX, because I like DMX. He's good. You guys are good days, lives, and situations. Check out Black Runner Comedy. He's been in my other channel's box. He's awesome. This is for his vlog channel, so check that out too. I'm gonna play more of these cassettes because I feel like I'm 7 again. I'll see you guys another day. Also, I know exactly what Power Rangers album you were talking about. My friend had it on CD back when I lived in Idaho. I don't know the name, but I know what you were talking about there. Yeah. While I was, because I have a bunch of unnamed tapes, so I'm going through them to see if there's any gems of me as a child that I would share. And I did the whole recording thing, the whole dubbing, and you guys have seen the movie Rat Race, I'm assuming. So you'd know this part. Smash Mouth from that movie. Why? Still playing with this thing, and I found something. I don't remember where it's from. I'm looking for it online, but I don't know what it is. So do any of you remember this song? Andre, do you remember this song?
Didn't I used to have more skin on these bones?
Any of you remember that? What is it from? Because the minute I heard this, I looked it up because I remember I was like, oh, but I don't remember what it's from. Can you please tell me? Andre, maybe you can tell me. This is a long video, Andre. I'm sorry if you don't want to watch all of this. I understand, but hopefully you know, because it's gonna bother me. One last bit of information that you might think is cool that I have, Andre, is I have this. I don't know if you can see that. It's the Meet the Flintstones cassette from by the B-52s. The cover of that by the B-52s. One last thing I wanted to throw in that I might have actually spliced in at a random point. I don't really know, but yeah, it's just that, and then what they call Barney's edit. So, this is the official goodbye. I'm going to say goodbye now, officially. Goodbye, Andre. I hope you enjoyed this long video, where I kind of go off on weird tangents.